Hey, and happy January 2019. As you can tell, it's a bit sunny because I am on a beach here in Koh Lanta, Thailand. I actually started the month in Chiang Mai, spent 2 weeks in the Maldives doing some diving, if you've seen any of those videos. And now I am going through all my accounting to show you how much money I spent, how much money I earned, my goals for the month, if I achieved them. And basically, this is my monthly income, travel, kind of wrap-up report as a location independent digital nomad, and these are the best videos for you to watch if you want to see what the current progress is, and maybe get a little inspiration for what you could be doing if you are location independent, if you have an online business and you're traveling full time. So let's get straight into it. All right, hey everyone. So as you can see, I've changed clothes and I'm actually in a different city. I'm back in Chiang Mai. This income report or this monthly report took me so long to write that it took me 3 days to write it, research all the information, go through the accounting. And honestly, I also just wanted to spend a bit of time on Koh Lanta because it was just so beautiful that I wanted to maximize my time there. But I wanted to get this out to you today. So here we go. This is the whole income report for the month and also the travel report. So travel expenses, how much I made, the lessons learned, everything I went through. And this month was really amazing. I started in the Maldives and it was great. I had 12 days on this liveaboard, which is kind of like a dive yacht. It was huge. It was 4 stories. It had 28 guests and 14 staff. So we had a chef, we had people cooking for us, we had a bartender, we had a whole actual giant dive boat, one of the biggest dive boats I have actually been on, just following us. So we actually had 2 boats plus a dinghy, so we had 3 boats. It was really crazy. Here's some videos kind of from the dive trip. And it actually wasn't the best time of the year to go because it was the start of the high season and it was still a bit murky. So the visibility wasn't as good as the Maldives normally is, but we still saw some really cool fish. Saw tons of sharks, like hundreds of sharks, turtles, whale sharks, dolphins, you name it. It was really, really cool. But the funniest thing is if you read any of the comments on the videos, they are so out of context. And it was basically people saying, Johnny's using a green screen. He actually never went to the Maldives, or they're calling it Thailand. And just basically saying that everything's a scam, everything's a con. But what it is these guys are from American Serving Americans, which is a kind of MLM type, maybe even a pyramid kind of type thing. Like, I called them out about a year ago, and they've been asking me to remove this blog post, calling them out because I hate MLMs. If you guys don't know what that is, it's multi-level marketing. But this one is like disguised as a charity. It's really bad. Anyways, that's the blog post if you want to read it. But basically these people threatened saying if I don't take down this blog post, that they are going to leave negative comments on my books and my blogs and kind of everything. And they have been. So that's why there's so many terrible comments on my YouTube channel, on 1-star book reviews, all this stuff. So here they are. You can check them out. They're actually kind of funny to read. And it sucks to have it because I have to waste time kind of reporting them or responding to them. But at the end of the day, I'm not taking it down because I think it's just like a terrible business model when people join these things. And here's the thing is with every single online business, whether it's Amazon or drop shipping or Kindle publishing or creating courses or freelancing or creating an app, any type of business that I talk about, especially on the YouTube channel or on my podcast, they are not guaranteed. And not everyone is going to be successful with your business. However, the difference is these business models actually work. So if you actually put in the work, you're actually a good business owner, you follow directions, they can work for you. And I've met hundreds, if not thousands of people who are successful with it. And the funny thing is, most people I've met who are successful with a dropshipping store or an FBA product or whatever it is, they don't spend time talking about it online. They don't share their success. They don't have a blog. They don't refer anyone to the course they took. They don't refer anyone as an affiliate. They just run their business. And that is what I love about these type of businesses. If you want to refer someone to the hosting you use or the course you took, you can, and you can get a one-time commission for it, and I do that all the time because I want to promote courses like Anton's that I took that really genuinely worked. But the people that I meet at these retreats, they don't have time to do that, and that's not, they're not focused on that. They just run their business. So you can be successful without ever referring anyone, and 99% of people who are successful with e-commerce or these online businesses, they don't refer anyone. Unlike an MLM, where if you don't refer anyone, you're screwed. Or if you don't buy your own products, you're screwed. So if you want to know more about why MLMs are stupid, and pretty much all of them, there are some that are worse, some of them are super scummy, some of them are less bad because they're more like a normal business. But there's a podcast called The Dream, which is really good. You can take a listen to that. But just trust me, they're stupid. Don't waste your time with it. And I wish I actually didn't waste my time writing this post, but now that they asked me to take it down and they started attacking me with these stupid comments, I'm definitely not going to take it down. I'm just going to respond to everyone with a link to that post. So the more they comment, the more traffic I get, the more engagement I get, and the more people see that blog post on why they are scum. So that is my life lesson. And I'm really glad that I'm at a position right now at a maturity level, but financially, just kind of emotionally, that I can handle this. And I don't care if someone tries to call me a scammer or con artist, because it's not true. And I know that I'm giving good information. And anyone who has followed me for long enough or has actually listened to the podcast, watched the videos, you'll know that even though I am an online business owner and I do marketing and I actually get paid if I refer someone to something like the course I took or hosting or whatever it is, or a book, that I will get credit for it, but it's not a pyramid scheme where it doesn't matter if you never refer anyone, you'll still be able to create your business and you have a very good chance of actually being successful. So that is it. If you want to listen to the podcast, here are some links with people I've interviewed. None of them which have a blog or have ever referred anyone to anything, but they're running a successful business themselves. And they're like hour-long interviews. So you can reach out to them. You can meet them up for coffee. Two of them live in Australia. This girl lives in Indiana. There's hundreds of people who have been successful. So listen to the podcast. The podcast is free. Aside from that, another lesson I learned was for traveling. I was originally supposed to come back to Chiang Mai at the end of the Maldives liveaboard. I actually had a plane ticket, a hotel in Bangkok for a night, and the plane ticket back to Chiang Mai. But if you've seen the girl in all my Instagram stories for the last 6 months or so, or 6 weeks or so, right before Thanksgiving, we met while she was traveling, and she's amazing. She's like really, really sweet, genuine, kind, and just authentic. And I've been able to tell her everything, all the good and all the bad. And she's been super supportive. She's gorgeous, and she's just fun to be with. So when she asked me if I wanted to come spend Christmas and New Year's with her in Koh Phangan, I did. So I abandoned my tickets, my travel plans, flew out to Koh Phangan. We went to the full moon party together. Then we went to Koh Tao together to go scuba diving. And then we went to Koh Lanta together just to spend New Year's Eve there. And it's a bit sad because I'm now back in Chiang Mai and she has continued her travel plans. And I know a lot of you in the comments are going to say you should chase her. She's, the potential, one, she's great. You should just follow her. But here's the thing is we are in really different worlds right now. I enjoy running online businesses. I enjoy kind of settling down, even if it's 2 or 3 months at a time in a place, and slow traveling and having home base. I love this life. And she is on a different path. And neither of our paths are, right or wrong. It's just we have different priorities right now. She's 27, and she just, finally had a year to backpack around the world, and she wants to do it solo. When I met her, she was actually on her way out of Thailand to Burma, and I convinced her to stay another week. Whether it was for Loi Krathong, it's a beautiful festival, or for us to spend more time together. So, well, who knows? But maybe a little bit of both. But she really wants to travel to Vietnam by herself. She wants to go to New Zealand. She wants to go to all these countries that I honestly don't really want to go to. I don't want to take a 12-hour bus from Koh Lanta to Penang in Georgetown, Malaysia. It's just not what I want to do. And that she's literally, as I'm recording this, on a bus, a 12-hour bus, not even a bus, a minivan, to go from Thailand to Malaysia. And I don't want to do that. I'd rather be here working, hosting the conference, writing this blog post, sharing information, growing my own income. And if we match up again in the future, I'll be really happy to do that. But I've also learned that sometimes timing just isn't right. And I'm really happy that I went for it. And hopefully we'll cross paths again in the future. But it's been a great 6 weeks. So shout out if you are watching this. But either way, I am back in Chiang Mai and I'm back to my normal life as a nomad. It's, it's difficult to be a digital nomad or someone who travels a lot, because our lives are very different, but at the same time, it is a really good life. So I'm happy that I'm doing this, and I think that's why I'm so passionate about kind of sharing this lifestyle and this way of living. Is even though it's not for everyone, for those who it is for, it is amazing, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. So here's some of my expenses. You would think that going to the Maldives, going to 3 islands in Thailand, going to the full moon party, having New Year's Eve parties, staying in basic hotels on a yacht for the whole month, it would be really expensive. It'd be prohibitively expensive, like tens of thousands of dollars. But I was really lucky. First, I sublet my apartment in Chiang Mai, and she took great care of it. She's actually over here, ironically, at the same cafe as me. The place, is beautiful, and she paid all the bills for the month, which worked out for both of us because she wanted a month-to-month rental. I wanted to rent out my place, so she paid the electricity, the water, the rent. So basically, that was free, and I just had to pay for my flights and my hotels. So I flew from Chiang Mai to Bangkok, then to the Maldives on AirAsia, which is kind of a super low budget airline, so it's not like super luxurious, but I got there. The Maldives, normally it's $2,500 for the boat trip, but because I do marketing for the liveaboard booking company, I got the trip for free. So that's kind of the part of the deal, is I get kind of a commission-based, performance-based pay for helping them with their UX, their user experience, as well as their just kind of internet marketing and their customer acquisition funnel in general. And I've been working for them for the past 6 months or so. But even though that money isn't very good, to be honest, part of the reason why I said yes to them, I work for them, is because I can dive once a year anywhere in the world for free. So I was like, well, I want to go to the Maldives. So shout out. So thank you for the great trip. And aside from that, flights, hotels, ferries, and what's really, really cool is we actually ended up splitting all of the hotels. And because she's on a budget, we ended up living kind of cheaper places like bungalows, which were actually pretty comfortable. But she insisted on paying for half of everything, probably because she's German. And even though I tried to pay for the places, she was like, no, I want to split everything. So my actual expenses weren't that high. So my total travel expenses was $924 for the month, which is pretty crazy if you think about it. I did spend a lot of money on food. I did, treat her out to, Christmas and New Year's dinner, things like that. So my food expenses were a bit higher this month, but still not bad for eating out, 21 meals a week. And I paid some bills, some insurance, my cell phone, my gym membership, which unfortunately I didn't get to use because I was out of town. But in general, I did not spend that much money. I spent $1,506 for the entire month. I did spend a little bit more donating money to the Muay Thai gym that I've been supporting, as well as giving money to my parents to help with their retirement. So if I included all that, it's more like $2,500 something. But without that, because that's not for everyone, $1,500 for having a dream month of doing all this cool stuff, traveling so much, going to the Maldives, going to the islands in Thailand. Here's actually my expense breakdown with everything I spent, the money I earned this month, even though I was on a boat for half the month, which is pretty cool, and also not really working that much when I was with her. And I still had money left over to save. A lot of this is kind of being from a bit frugal and not wasting money on, unnecessary things. I mean, because you could spend a lot of money in the Maldives. A cheap hotel there is $250 a night. A cheap meal is $15. I mean, literally Burger King at the airport in Maldives was $15. So I actually got up, pretty good, and I had money left over to invest. So my income from December really cool. For the last couple of months, I've been working on the Nomad Summit, which is coming up in a few weeks. So if you can get out to Chiang Mai by then, it's going to be January 19th or 18th through the 21st, 2019 in Chiang Mai. You can check it out at nomadsummit.com. And I started the dropship partnerships. We had 7 people fly out to Chiang Mai to start dropshipping stores together. And it's only been, I think, 7 weeks or so, less than 2 months. And already 4 out of the 7 have already started making sales. And I'm really excited for that. So let's try to get to 7 out of 7. I'll be really stoked for that by the end of next month. And what's really cool is we have stores from both Australia and the US this time. So here are kind of the breakdown of everything. So in total for this month, I made $6,892 in profit from my businesses. Revenue was a bit higher, but really excited for that. Here is a screenshot of the US, one of the US stores, and a screenshot of one of the Australian stores. The other stores that made sales made like $600 or $200, so I didn't bother sharing them. But it's cool to see that, and I'm excited to see that grow. I also have screenshots of my book sales, even though, actually, here's my affiliate income from Amazon. I teach all this inside my blogging course called Income Boss, and here are royalties from my book sales. So even though these guys at the ASA MOM left me like 3 dozen 1-star reviews, people are still buying the book because it's a good book, and they can tell that those are fake reviews. So people just, scroll past them and they read the real reviews, and people really like this book, especially for January. If you're goal setting for the next new year, make sure you read Life Changes Quick if you haven't already. It is the book about how I set goals to basically go from having $1,000 in the bank to my first $30,000 and hit all my big financial and kind of life goals. So I really recommend this book, especially if you want the motivation, you want the backstory, and how to actually get started. So check that out. And 12 Weeks in Thailand is about craziness and partying and dating and going to the full moon parties and doing Muay Thai and scuba diving in Thailand, living cheaply. So I wrote that book in my kind of mid to late 20s, but it's still a fun book to read. So if you want to know that part of the journey, or if that's what you're interested in right now, read 12 Weeks in Thailand, The Good Life and Cheap. But if you want to just jump straight to the goal setting, life setting, and business part of it, Life Changes Quick is the book for you. And I also made money from my Udemy courses. So here, very transparently, here's some of the courses I sold, how much money I made from them, even coupon codes that people are using, and you can see most of it is from organic sales, which is pretty cool because Udemy is promoting the course for me, and all 5 of the courses that I have up are selling, relatively equally. So I'm making money from all of them, which is kind of cool. And my YouTube channel as well. So again, even though I got probably 200 negative comments on my YouTube channel, people like my videos because they are generally filled with good content. So, unless you're, just the type to read something and believe everything that some anonymous person on YouTube says, you'll probably think for yourself and use some common sense, go through my longer videos and be like, okay, Johnny actually knows what he's talking about. He's been doing this for 5 years. And some anonymous person with no videos and 1 subscriber is probably doesn't know what they're talking about. So thanks YouTube for these, for the money that you're sending me. And that's really about it. So it's been a really great month, and you would think that I'd be like down in the dumps because I'm getting like attacked online and people calling me a scammer or a con artist, or they literally said that I faked all the videos of me in the Maldives and it's all green screen and that I don't know how to swim. And I think it's so funny. And I honestly don't think I would have been able to handle this a few years ago when I was more insecure or I was just starting out. But now I just think it's hilarious because I know it's not true, obviously. And also because it doesn't matter anymore. Like what all I care about is doing good for myself, doing good for my family, and spreading good information. So if you are a genuine smart person and you want to follow this journey and you want to do it for yourself, you can. I can't guarantee anything, but I can guarantee this is a way, way better method of going forward than joining some BS MOM or something that just like some crap out there, especially something that would attract people like this David Aspie guy or these kind of haters online who, I don't want to talk about them. So if you read a bunch of negative comments on this video or any of my other videos, you can just assume it's from them. And honestly, I don't care, because a lot of people don't realize that, that saying, good, all publicity is good. Good publicity is true. And the more comments I get, the more views I get, the more interaction there is, more people find my content, and it's just free advertising. And it's really silly, because every time they do it, I'm just responding, and it takes me literally 2 seconds. I'll probably just have my VA do it soon, because I don't even want to spend the 5 minutes doing it. But I would just reply with a link to that blog post explaining why this person is calling me a scammer. And when they read it, they'll be like, okay, well, Johnny's obviously right, and these people are, just spreading this fake information or trying to discredit them. So guess what? I've gained a new legitimate follower. So if you found me through that, what's up? Welcome. Make sure you subscribe to the video for more information. And if someone wants to listen to them and just assume that nothing works, I don't really have time for that person, because if they really want to read some anonymous comment on YouTube and assume it's the truth, that's probably not someone who I want to help, because they're probably not ready to help themselves. They're probably looking for an excuse why nothing works and why, everything's a scam and they have to stay home. So for you, those of you who are still watching, you are probably the ones who actually want to make it work. Take a listen to the Travel Like a Boss podcast. There are over 200 episodes now with successful entrepreneurs like myself who are running so many different business models. I would say there's at least 100 different business models on there, and just choose one. They all work, except for, Americans serving Americans, fake charity. So make your dreams happen. Wherever you are in the world, I hope to meet you in person, and hope to see you at the Nomad Summit, or I hope to see you somewhere in the world. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks again for being a subscriber, and Happy New Year. I'll make another video dedicated to 2018 year in a review. But for now, see you guys somewhere in the world. Take care.